Getting copywriting clients is hands down one of the hardest parts of the entire copywriting journey. And what makes it worse is that all of the gurus are feeding you outdated outreach methods that don't even work anymore. And that's why I decided to solve this problem once and for all, which is why in this video I am going to reveal my personal outreach system, the exact method I used to close a total of 8 copywriting clients and hit my first ever $10,000 month in January of this year. I will break down everything from A to Z step by step, so let's jump right into it. Okay, so before showing you this outreach system, I will first show you some proof that this actually works. So on the screen right now, you should be able to see 3 different screenshots of when I reached out to prospects via Instagram. And as you can tell, every single one of them ended up sending me their phone number after using this exact outreach method. So it's safe to say this method works really, really well. And by the way, if you can't understand the text in like these messages, it's like German language. Just take a screenshot, put it into GPT and get a translation for yourself. So yeah, the method I am using for all of my outreaches is called high value outreach. On more specific terms, high value looms and high value samples. And I am going to explain everything from A to Z on how they work. But before I do that, I first want to show you some bad examples of outreach that 99% of people still use to this date, even though they shouldn't, because it's complete garbage and it doesn't work. So yeah, the reason I'm doing that is so you can see just how big the difference is compared to the outreach method I'm about to show you in a second. So yeah, you should see 3 different screenshots again of like the typical kind of high volume bullshit outreach. Like, hey brother, just wondering if you need an appointment setter. Or like, hi bro, I'm looking for a Stripe account for my e-com site. I don't even know what the second one means. The typical kind of promising stuff and not actually fulfilling on the promise. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. You need to go with a higher value approach. Something I'm going to talk about right now. The concept of high value outreach. What does it even mean? High value outreach means sending an outreach that focuses on delivering tangible value upfront rather than relying on empty promises or generic pitches without showing any proof. Because that's what most people do. Just yapping kind of. Just promising without fulfilling this. Please don't be that guy. You need to differentiate yourself from the 99% by leading with actionable value. And value can always mean 2 things, guys. Please ingrain this into your mind. That's extremely important. Value can mean either new information or useful implementation. And I am going to explain both of them to you. New information essentially means explaining a specific growth mechanism tailored to the prospect's business, showing actionable insights and potential improvements. As simple as that. So yeah, you explain some growth mechanism. And the key to this is that it has to be new information. It can't be something the business owner already knows because it will not be valuable to him. It will be boring and he already utilizes it kind of. It needs to be something new, something prolific. New information and outreach usually comes in the form of a loom video, and I call this one the high value loom. I'm going to explain this later on. For now, you just need to know the name. So this is everything for the new information. Useful implementation, on the other hand, means rather than just explaining and discussing the how, you actually do the thing. So that's kind of like the ultimate form. Please understand the levels of outreachers. Most people only do the what. They simply talk about, oh, I'm pretty sure I can get you some more high ticket clients. Do you want some? Do you have the capacity? Stuff like that. Like just talking about the what, just yapping kind of, without actually fulfilling the thing. Talking about the how, like explaining the thing kind of, it's like what and how, will be way more valuable because you kind of do the work up front. And the last ultimate form will be the did. So you actually kind of act on the new information you would have otherwise given the business owner in a loom video. So did is like the ultimate form. You do the work up front. You create a useful sample or mini project for the business owner, showcasing your expertise and giving them a glimpse of what working with you would look like. As simple as that. Useful implementation and outreach usually comes in the form of a Google Doc, meaning you send them over copy, and I call this one the high value sample, and I'm going to explain this later on. So yeah. And if any of this gets kind of confusing, no worries, I'm going to show you some examples in a second. Now I'm going to show you how to actually use the system to close clients via Instagram. So let's get right into that. So after you created your Instagram account and found some prospects that you would like to work with, Step number 1 would be to send an opener. That's like the very first thing you need to do if you want to close clients via Instagram. An opener is where you react to their story with something natural and human. No pitching, no pretending to be a customer, no like bait and switch kind of shady bullshit where they feel like you just lied to them. Just saying stuff like, oh, what a vibe, man. Is that some resort or do you live there? Or like, is it a new program or do you have it for a while now? Oh, a nice dog. What breed is it? Nice gym. Where are you training every single day? Stuff like that. Just kind of reacting in a human and natural way to their story. Mostly you should always ask questions to them because that will like kind of motivate them to answer, of course. So yeah, always do it like in a question format. Of course, you can do some other stuff sometimes, but yeah. The reason we send an opener is simply to get them to interact with our message so that all of our future messages land in the primary tab instead of the request tab. So yeah, this will ensure that the high value outreach message you send after your opener will come with a notification and they will see it guaranteed. Because if you don't use this method, your high value outreach will be stuck in the request tab and the prospect will never ever see it. And of course, we want to prevent that. So yeah, you need to get them to interact with your message. And an interaction can mean 3 different things. It's either an answer, of course, someone answering to your message, an emoji on your message, like reacting with a heart or something, or like a laughing smiley. And what also works if it says seen below your message. Like this also means that they moved you into the primary tab and they are going to receive notifications for every future message you are going to send them. And after they interacted with your opener, we get to step number 2, sending the high value outreach, no questions asked. So you just straight up send the loom or sample after like 2 to 3 days. And yeah, you can also like wait longer, like you can also wait like 2 to 4 weeks or something. Don't do it like one day, so it's like minimum 2 to 3 days, but then you send them the high value outreach and you end up closing them if they respond, of course. So yeah. The message could look something like this, guys. So you should see a screenshot right now. It's like just an example. Please don't outright copy this. It's like, hey name, I prepared this for you. This is like the what's in it for me. I can help you scale the business by using this method, blah, blah, blah. Here's the link. Something like that. And please don't copy this because it will be saturated or something. As for the actual loom and sample, I will also give you examples in a second. But now lastly, I will talk about the specific things you can talk about in a loom or like the specific things you can create as a sample, meaning like in a Google Doc. So yeah, and I am going to keep this very, very simple. For the high value sample, you can always write full sales or landing pages or like full email sequences, like a welcome sequence or a full VSL script or something. In general, like scripts work really well. And please never write single emails because you are not going to close a client by just writing one simple email. And also, it's not implementable. He can't really send it to his newsletter. It's just like one random standalone email. So it's not valuable because it's not useful. Please never write single emails. Always full sales and landing pages and email sequences. Key is to make the sample look beautiful with like nice formatting and stuff because otherwise it will just look like a shitty Google Doc. So please don't do that, guys. It's all about increasing the perceived value. So people think to themselves, oh bro, this guy, he was going all in on the work. So I'm very happy for that. I'm appreciative for that. So yeah. And next one will be the high value loom. You always talk about specific mechanisms that are going to allow the business to grow even further. And I have many examples for this. Webinar launch, email retarget sequence, welcome sequences, lead magnet funnel, low ticket school, high ticket offer, so many different options to choose from. And if you don't understand business like too well when it comes to copywriting, you can of course always copy like bigger players in that particular niche of like the prospect you are reaching out to and just copy what they are doing and pitching that to the prospect you are reaching out to. That's like one thing you can do if you don't really know what to do in your outreach. So yeah, key again is to make the loom look beautiful with a nice presentation in Canva or something. So I personally use Canva for all of my loom presentations. And also always send samples or looms that the prospect would appreciate. So send them something that is fitting for them kind of. Please don't just send a landing page to every single one of them because it kind of needs to be personalized to the point that it would actually be helpful for them. Because if one already has a very good landing page, it wouldn't make sense to send one to them, of course. So yeah. And by the way, guys, again, this stuff works really, really well because if this doesn't work, What else would work? It's like the ultimate form of providing value and getting clients. Nothing else comes close to this. If this doesn't work, nothing works. I closed a total of 8 clients through this method. And of course, you might still be confused about certain things like what you should actually say in the loom or what your high value sample should look like. And that's why I have a bonus prepared for you right now. So I created a free school group in which you can find like a free 2-hour outreach masterclass, and in there I show you detailed examples of the outreaches I use to close my clients, and I also give you like a kind of in-depth explanation like in way more detail of like the full outreach process. And on top of that, you can ask me questions, you can get your looms and samples reviewed by me, so it's almost like a paid mentorship kind of, because you can just ask me questions in there, you can get your stuff reviewed, and I will perfect your outreach. So you can close clients as fast as possible. It's like direct access to me, but of course I can't do that forever because it's very intense for me to put so much work into you guys, and it's like completely free. So after there are like too many people in the school, I can't provide this service for you forever. But right now there are only 230 people in there because later on, guys, there will be thousands inside and I won't be able to do all of this work. So if you enjoyed this video, you are definitely going to enjoy the Outreach Masterclass. So I hope to see you in the school. Hope to see you in the next video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment them below. Bye bye.